All right, y'all. I'm back a little late, running on CP time, but I'm here. Better late than never. I have somebody I've known for a really long time in the studio today. His name is Davon. He gonna say the last name because I'm gonna mess it up. But yeah, I don't know him for some years. I know he was away from us for a little while, but he's back better than ever. We're gonna see what he has going on. So, tell the people a little bit about you. Well, go ahead and talk. First, give me your name. Because I said I can't say it.
My original name is Davon Stover. But, I like to go by Davon Mungu now. Because, while I was in prison, I learned that the Stover name was a slave name.
True. Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to adopt the original name from an original language. And Mungu means God in Swahili. So that's why I like to go by Mungu now, Davon Mungu. That's my Facebook page, my IG page.
Okay. I didn't know that. I knew it was something behind it, y'all. Cause your boy always been deep. So I remember, like, when I used to know him, he used to be fighting all the time. He was good at it, though. Wasn't nobody gonna mess with him. Yeah. I can't say nothing because I used to fight, too. Like I said, I know you've been away for a while. How long have you been home now?
A year.
That's it?
Yeah.
How long did you do?
Well, I had a 13-year sentence. I did 11 years, 6 days off of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what I said.
Since 2008.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was thinking fresh out of high school, but we did graduate 06, so yeah. So how did you get into writing? Is that something you picked up there while you were in prison, or were you doing that prior?
It's something I picked up in prison. I actually had a female, I used to tell her stories when she, I had a cell phone in prison, She used to call me like, I need a story to pick me up. I used to tell her my life stories or something that happened while I was there. And she said, you need to write a book. And I used to say, yeah, I got you, I'm gonna write a book. But I was faking, And then she died. Her name's Shay. Lachey Bryant.
Oh, they went to school with us too. Moosie's sister.
Moosie's sister.
Yes.
And Keisha.
Yes.
Yes, she used to always tell me to write a book, but I never was going to really write it until she died. And I said, it's only right that I really write a book.
Did you dedicate it to her?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And so, what is this book about? Is it like it's just short stories?
No, the book is about, when I was young, I came up, gang banging. Mm-hmm. So it's about, just trying to, I read a book about Stanley Tookie Williams, the Crip leader.
I read that.
And he tried the Blue Rays Black Redemption. And he was trying to get kids to stay away from gangs. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like that was the wrong approach. Because they're looking at you as their hero.
Yeah.
And you're telling them don't do what you already done.
Yeah, it's kind of the same as parenting. We tell them to stay away from something, that's what they're going to do. So you got to
be the example. You can't be a gangbanger and say don't gangbang.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go the opposite route. I wanted to show them the real reason why organizations was created.
Okay.
So, and show them the real ways to do it. If you're a Crip, a gangster disciple, or growth and development, or blood, you should be looking out for your community.
Yeah.
Uplifting the youth. Mm-hmm. Showing them the ways to be a man or a woman. You shouldn't be robbing, stealing, selling drugs, killing people. It's not about that.
That's not what it started about.
It was created to uplift the community and combat against oppression. The police brutality and other people that sought to harm the youth or the elderly.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go a different route and show them the real ways of being in an organization. And a gang just means two or more people involved in a situation. Mm-hmm. Anybody can be a gang. Mm-hmm. If you look up the definition of gang is anybody. Two people involved in a situation. If somebody jump on your daughter, you gonna jump in it. You're not gonna let nobody harm your child. But that's a gang fight.
We lynching off top.
Yeah, but that's a gang fight if you go by the definition.
Right.
But so we got to get away from looking at organizations that's built to protect the people, the black community, as gangbangers or whatever. But it's partially the gangbangers' fault.
Yeah, because they're not utilizing it correctly.
Yeah, but they're led wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why the book was necessary, because especially after the riot at Lee County in prison, where the Bloods, the Crips, and the Growth and Development, the Folk Nation was, battling against each other, and 14 people died, not 7. The news presented 7 people. That's people who died on the scene, not people who died in the hospital.
Right.
So, 14 people died, and I realized, we need to understand that we don't need to go against each other. We need to be about elevating each other, coming together as one. Unity, uniting as one to better our community, better our people. Teach our kids generational wealth as well as, knowledge of self and how to get along with each other, not harm each other and stuff like that. So that's why I felt the book was necessary. And the book is called Red Redemption.
Red Redemption.
Is what the subtitle is, a street manifesto for social change and black empowerment. So that's what we try and do, empower our black youth, raise the next generation to be better than us.
So, is this your last book, or are you going to continue to write?
Well, I'll probably write my next book might be The Struggles of a Free Man. I think
transition's kind of hard?
Yeah, because it's hard, especially when you're institutionalized.
Yeah, because you was there for a while.
Yeah.
And you were young, so it's not like you was just had time to be an adult and then got locked up. You went as a teenager and now you're a man.
Exactly. And I've been in a couple riots and things like that, and just being locked in a cell 24 hours a day, 1 shower a month. And going through things like that, and then coming home to being free. And now your mental ain't really free. It's still trapped in a cell. But that's the goal though, for the oppressors. That's the goal, to keep you trapped.
Do they have something to help y'all when y'all
transition? There's nothing to rehabilitate you, except for on the level 1s. In prison you got level 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. Level 1 is the lower level. But it's nothing but, white people. White dudes there.
Short term.
Short term. If you got a short sentence, you go there.
Gotcha.
And so it's really nothing there either, but it's better because you got small engines, things like that.
Really not a big shot culture.
No. But prison is not made to rehabilitate you.
I watch a lot of TV. I can't say I've been in that predicament, but I do watch a lot, 60 Days In and all of this stuff.
I spent 3 years in Greenville County Detention Center. Prison is not, or the county jail. Nothing is made to nothing is made to rehabilitate you. It's made to keep you coming back. It's a revolving door. Prison system is $1 trillion industry. Yeah. For a reason.
Because I went through with my sister, and she only did a year, but it was a felony. Yeah. So now she been out over 7 years, but it's she still can't get something to her name. It's still coming. So it's hard.
The transition is rough now. I had a job, and they let me go because when I went to get hired on, they did another background check.
Same thing happened to a friend of mine.
They let me go because my charge was too violent, I guess. I don't know. They just told me, we can't hire you on.
But I've already been working here for X amount of time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
6 months. I was working there for 6 months. Well, COVID made it 6 months instead of 3. It really was supposed to be 90 days. But COVID kicked in, so I had to wait extra 3 more months. And then they said, well, you're charged too violent or we can't hire you on. But perfect attendance, never been late, never been absent.
Well, don't let that stuff stop you, because that's the one thing it is. A lot of people let it stop them, and then, like you said, they get back into that revolving cycle, because that's all they're trying to do. Like you said, as long as you don't let the oppressor win, you good in my book.
Yeah, you're right. That's why, I work anywhere. I don't care where it's at.
Yeah, a job is a job.
If it's fast food, I work there. You know?
I mean, fun fact, y'all. My mom started off as a crew member at McDonald's. When I tell you, when I was in 4th grade, I asked for a McDonald's, and she bought downtown McDonald's, so it can be done. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and she had charged. I mean, didn't know that my mom went to jail for embezzlement, like before I was born.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. You just gotta put your mind to it, and that's why I wanted to be a mentor to the youth also. You know, to show them like, if you use your brain, you can do it. You can use your brain for anything you want to use it for. Not just to hustle or to rob or shoot somebody. You can use it to be an author. I never thought I'd write a book. Never. You know, I was too in the streets fighting and shooting and stabbing and everything else that was negative. And now I'm an author.
Now, have you found anything else? Any other things you like besides writing?
I mean, I like just talking to the youth.
Okay, so really,
you know, I just try to. I found my talent is more into, you know, motivating the youth, the other people. I don't really like to talk to people our age, cause we stuck in our age.
Yeah.
We are. Yeah. You right, but we ain't gonna change. But I want to really protect the next generation, help the next generation to be better than us. So, you know, that's why I really want to be I call myself a conscious mentor. Because, you know, you got to teach a child where he come from and what he really is, a king by nature. You know,
they're not teaching them that in school.
No, they're not teaching them that in school. So you got to teach them he got power.
Talking point. How did you feel about Wednesday and those thugs taking over the Capitol?
I mean, that's what, you know, they've been doing that though. People who's supposed to be on Trump's side, you know, they've been doing stuff like that for other reasons also. But, you know, I felt like it's just history repeating itself to me, because I like history. I read about history, and I read about, you know, all kind of other situations, you know. Boston Tea Party.
That's what I was just about to say. It can be Boston Tea Party vibes.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, when certain people don't like something, you know, they rebel in certain manner. But when we do it, it's different.
That's what I'm saying. We can't even take a knee without it being disrespectful. But
and the only reason why the lady got shot is because they went extreme. Now we will get shot because it may seem that we had a gun or we had a phone or we running. We was a threat.
It might not even seem like it. Yeah. That's what that Brianna was asleep.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the man in Charleston was running from the police. You know, the other people was praying in church in Charleston. Yeah. But you know, he wasn't labeled as a terrorist, which he should have. But that's what I'm saying. You know, when we do it, it's different. When they do it, it's just people not agreeing. You know, they lighten it.
Yeah, they did lighten it up. Like, they're just upset. No, hell no, y'all having temper tantrums. But
absolutely.
I just had to pick your brain about that. Now, I know you said the book drops in March. Where can the people find you?
Well, my name Davon Mungu on Facebook and IG. You can find me on both of those. You know, I don't really post much. And when I do, it's about positivity, elevation. You know, and you know, when the book come out, I will be selling personal copies, physical copies. But you go on Amazon and order it as well. You know, you can order, you know, the audio copies and all that.
Oh yeah, the Kindles.
Yeah, the Kindles. It'll be on that as well.
Oh. Anything else you wanted to tell the people about the book, or you want to? No, matter of fact, you want to leave us with a positive quote?
Well, you know, what made me really want to change my thought process, my life. There's a man asked me 2 questions. One of my mentors in prison, and you don't meet many of them. He asked me, would you empty your soul to fill your pockets? That was the main quote that caught my attention. Cause I'm like, man, it's about money. You know? Everything about money. He said, well, but you will sacrifice your morals, your values for money. So you will empty your soul to fill your pockets. So I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because that's not tangible. You can't buy that with money, so you can't get that back. I mean,
I realized, like, you got to do the moral thing.
Yeah.
You gotta be more worried about what you leaving behind, your legacy. You know, your legacy is bigger than, you know, being, because everybody can't be a rapper, everybody can't be an actor, you know, but you gotta leave something behind, and you gotta stand for something. You know, and he also asked me, you know, what do you want your legacy to be? And I wanted my legacy, you know, even though I grew up fighting and doing all the wrong things, I wanted my legacy to be, you know, about someone that cared about his people, his kids, and the people coming for generations to come.
So that's where the mentor, you know, kind of comes in.
That's why I wanted to be a mentor, because I wanted to show the kid that you don't let your circumstances define you, or stop you or hinder you from being the best you can be. Yep. You can be bigger than your circumstances. I grew up in the projects in Baltimore, Maryland, and came down here, lived in West Greenville, you know, fighting all the other stuff. But now, you know, I went to prison and made all the wrong decisions. But, you know, at some point I decided to make the right decision and say, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna be better than I was. And, you know, and the greatest feeling is seeing the smile on my mother's face when I say I wrote a book. And she was like, I'm proud of you. Yeah. And that's the greatest feeling, just having my mother always disappointed in me for doing the wrong thing, and now she's proud of me for doing the right thing.
That's awesome.